first year of football was when I was 8 years old, and I was an offensive lineman almost from the start. And throughout my career, I've always had such a strong appreciation for that unit and what those guys do because of my own background. But I was real fortunate, like so many other young people, that I got a great influence not only from my parents, but from all the coaches that were involved in my life, not just in football, but in other sports. Well, there's so many. And fortunately, we've had a lot of good ones at Ball State just in the last 2 years. You couldn't have asked for a better start than going down to Lucas Oil Stadium and beating an in-state rival in Indiana in front of 40,000 plus. And what a way to really cement the foundation for a new program, for a rebuilding situation, and real proud of how that team welcomed the coaching staff and I after being through so many tough times and so much change. And then, of course, last year, what our team accomplished with 2 BCS wins and winning several close games. And when you sum up the first 2 years at Ball State, I think that's what stands out to me the most, is that there's really been a great unity, a great chemistry, a great work ethic, and it's resulted in a lot of close wins. It's awfully tough to select an all-conference quarterback in the Mid-American Conference, and I've had to struggle with that the last 2 years, and who you're putting on the first team, second team, third team, because there are so many good quarterbacks, and they're all different. Some, like Tettleton and Jordan Lynch, are better runners, and then you have other guys like Keith Wenning that are pro-style guys that can throw it all over the field. So there's some great quarterbacks, some great field generals, so to speak, great leaders on their teams, and guys that we have an awful lot of respect for at Ball State. When we were on last year on November 6th against Toledo on election night, and we were fortunate enough to pull out a win in that game, for the next 2 days, I received more calls, emails, text messages from people, some of which I hadn't talked to in 25 years. And it really resonated with me just how much exposure that game gave our program, how many people from coast to coast were watching MAC football instead of watching the national election that night. And it was really exciting to see. And those midweek games allow us to be the focal point of college football for that 24 hours. Well, it's great to have an identity. It's great to have a brand. And that's what we have established in this league, is an identity of playing exciting football, wide open football, where we're willing to not only compete with each other, but take on teams from higher profile conferences and in some cases be able to knock those people off.